432 Park Avenue is an engineering marvel. And one of
Engineering marvel? Are you serious? They have found 1,500 problems in the common areas alone. And when I say them, it's the residents of the building. And they're suing the developer for $250 million. The building looks like a pencil. It was inspired after a paper bin. The elevators get stuck because the building sways so much that the water in the toilet splashes out. Engineering marvel? Are you kidding me? You've only been told half of the story about this property, the good part. You're about to find out the bad and the ugly. I'm 𝗕𝗏𝗕𝗏. I'm How to Buy the Mansion guy. I've critiqued over 1,000 mansions. It's just what I do. Let's get started.
Hi everyone, it's Enes here, and welcome to another episode. This week we're in New York City and about to tour this stunning 79th floor residence located at the iconic 432 Park Avenue building. Designed by the world-renowned artist and architect Hiroshi Sugimoto, this full-floor residence has exquisite finishes paired with Japanese aesthetics and gets phenomenal views of Central Park and the whole city. This residence is currently being marketed as an off-market listing for $135 million.
Okay, $135 million. Just mind you, the biggest property ever created, 100,000 square foot, acres and acres of flat land, just enormous property sold for around the same price. Now, I'm kind of joking, but I'm really not, because my expectations here are I want to see a moat with a koi pond in it. I want to see a traditional Japanese well that goes from the 79th floor all the way to the bedrock and gets fresh water, and a Japanese vending machine. It better be damn good, because this is really, really, really high price, even in New York standards.
And now, let's begin our tour. Here we are at the private landing for this unit. Now, a little bit of information about this unit. We got 5 bedrooms, 5 full baths, 2 half baths, and 8,055 square feet of interior space. Now, the first thing I want to talk about in this space are these floors. What I'm standing on right now are these old paving stones brought from Kyoto, Japan, and I love the installation here with these big grout lines and the gravel in between. And it leads us to this walkway, and the other side of this hallway takes us to a coat closet, which then leads us to the salon. This is without a doubt one of the most impressive spaces within this unit. The first thing I want to cover is this planter design right in the center, built out of cedar bark, and right on each side we have bonsai trees that are over 60 years old, which is amazing, giving...
Okay. Right off the bat, this is Japanese minimalistic design. Very, very simple. There's barely any art on the walls. Everything is just really bare bone what you need. There's a huge irony in that. It's like minimalism paying a premium for the privilege of having all your things taken away from you. And to me, the price tag is just astronomical, because the finishes to me is like maybe $7 million, and you're what? Paying $123 million for the location and the view. It's just a, very hard pill to swallow.
This space a life and kind of grounding energy. Right in the center, we have this komatsu stone placed in this planter with river rocks around it, and we're going to see the stone detail in another room later in the video as well. Right next to the planter, we have the dining area, beautiful 400-year-old cedar table with a zinc leg that runs the entire length of this table design. Sits 12 people, and I love the curvature that it has. In fact, they carried out the same curvature detail to these chairs, which looks phenomenal. All the furniture in this unit was custom designed for this space, and it comes with the sale of this home as well. So I want to
Look, it's so easy to overcharge over minimalistic furnitures when IKEA offers very, very similar look and feels, right? It's just, again, hard pill to swallow.
to mention that. Now, going this way, we have plaster walls throughout, and right in front of me, we have the amazing views of the city. This room gets south and west facing views, and from this angle, we get insane views of the city, Empire State Building, Chrysler Building, all the way to downtown Manhattan, where we can see the One World Trade Center, which is phenomenal. We are on 79th floors. Honestly, it doesn't get much better.
Well, there's a whole huge argument that I'm going to make at the end of the video that is it better to be on the higher floors on this building, or is it better to be a little bit lower? We'll talk about that.
We can see the Billionaires Row and the iconic buildings like 111 West 57, Central Park Tower, Hudson River. Again, views are phenomenal. Now, this space flowed to this side where we have this bar section, dual elevation, brass base, complemented with the cabinetry on this side, beautiful Korean countertop.
Okay, this doesn't make any sense to me. This is a sushi bar. This is not your typical bar, and it's so long. And then you're putting it right next to your formal dining table. It's redundancy. You got two huge dining areas. In your formal living space, you're taking 75% of the formal room for the dining experience, and then you're left with a 5-seating, club seating arrangement over here, which is just so out of place. This is a horrible use of this space.
Now, before we leave this room, there's actually one more detail I want to talk about, which are these cedar shutters. Now, we're going to see these shutters throughout the unit, and they are built out of cedar with this really thin frame. And to reinforce the frame and make sure it stays rigid, they actually have acrylic back panels. That way, these shutters stays rigid and it diffuses the light that comes into the unit. Also, the way these shutters work are pretty straightforward. You can either have them halfway up where you see the city views, you can have them halfway down where you see the sky, or you can have one panel up, one panel down. That way you can fully block out the sun that comes into this unit. Now, before leaving...
Okay, that's pretty weird because one of the big draws towards 432 Park Avenue, this building, is these gigantic square-shaped windows. And the shutters seem like they don't fold. So you never have the option of just having the full window to enjoy. You're either missing the top half or the bottom half. I don't think that's ideal. Maybe sometimes you just want the whole thing open. And again, I know you can take it off and it's probably an accent to give that Japanese vibe to the room, but it's just kind of annoying.
Here, there's actually one more detail I want to mention. I love how these shutter details tucks behind the edges of this window opening. That way you don't have any sun or light seeping through the edges. Now, following here, we have an additional seating area within this salon, all open. Overall, salon is a great place, and this opening right here with this custom pocket door opens up to the tea room. Now, this room is very unique and something we've...
At the first glance, I thought this is the will that I wanted from the 79th floor to the bedrock, but no, this is the tea room, and that's probably where you put your heater and warm up your tea. Pretty cool. I mean, it's cool to have a Japanese accent, but it seems like the whole house is Japanese, which we will talk about later because, you know, do you want to have a Japanese experience in New York? You could argue, Arvin, you know, New York is the concrete jungle and it's just so busy. And when you come home, you want that tranquil, relaxed. Good argument. But would you get annoyed by it after the first year? Like, wouldn't you want to have a New York experience? I think a tea room would have been maybe enough. Maybe a section of the house that is for meditation. But the whole house Japanese style?
Never seen before. The lead designer and the architect of this residence, Hiroshi Sugimoto, was initially hired to design the tea room alone. But then later, once the owners saw his design, they fell in love with it and they ended up hiring him to do the entire apartment.
I think they should have stopped right there. You know, when you create a product so niche or niche, whatever you want to call it, then it just extremely limits your buyer pool. Now, this building has huge challenges. We're going to talk later in the video. You really narrow down. And I can promise you, when the buyers come to take a look at the units, they will always say, oh my God, this is so amazing. I feel so relaxed. But then they don't end up buying it because they just don't want that full experience, immersion, Japanese experience all the time. It will be cool to go to Tokyo and stay at a hotel room like this, but to have it as your primary residence that you pay $130 million and you're just stuck in this Japanese cartoon, it's a big commitment, I would say.
That's why we're going to see the same wood textures, stone details, and the Japanese aesthetics throughout this unit. Now, this room has this elevated section here with tatami mats. Right in the center, we have an electric boiler since it's a tea room. And on the right-hand side, we have this art niche with clay walls. But more importantly, you have this beautiful 10 by 10 opening facing the west views. And I don't know if you can see it from this angle, but you can actually look down on Central Park, see Hudson River. Again, every part of this apartment gets phenomenal views. Now, I want to take everybody back to the salon. Again, this space is all open, gets a ton of natural light, amazing views. Now, let's show this 𝗕𝗕. We have a hallway here connecting to 2 powder rooms.
Okay, that's a really narrow hallway. If you're a subscriber, we've talked about this. That's not ultra luxury. That's super, super small. Like, you made a sacrifice to make the hallway small because you wanted to make some rooms bigger. And when you have 33 square feet of living space, that's a lot for a condo. You should not be able to make these sacrifices. You should have thought this out.
And the other wing of the apartment, which we're going to see in a bit. And I want to take everybody to the end of this room because we have another sliding pocket door here opening up to the kitchen. Beautiful chestnut flooring throughout. We have
Wow. To me, it goes really Art Deco. It's just ridiculous. The metal cabinets, again, not my Japanese vibe that I'm digging. This is not a Zen place where I could see a family, a wife, a husband who cooks would come home and be like, you know what? This kitchen just inspires me to make some delicious food. It just looks so industrial, Art Deco. It takes the energy out of the whole Zen you were trying to do.
have the island right in the center. Behind me, we have the espresso maker, small wine fridge, and following the base cabinets here, we have the first sink and the dishwasher on this side. Now, I like the contrast here with the lighter tones on the base cabinets and these hand-hammered aluminum panels on the uppers, and we're going to see more on the pantry side in a bit. This is where we have the second sink, second 𝗎𝗍 dishwasher, and of course, from here, we get the south exposure, amazing views. Literally, the whole city is right in front of you. Now, right behind me, we have this 𝗏𝗏 custom range and oven design.
This has to be one of the ugliest, worst kitchens I have ever seen in the ultra high end. It doesn't speak to the buyers or the vibe they're going with.
Stunning, and it complements this kitchen so well. I love the knobs and the stainless steel finish throughout. And since this piece is so big, they actually had to assemble it in the unit here. They couldn't bring it as a one piece, which is kind of crazy to think, but again, looking at the size, I can see why. We have the griddle in the center, your cooktops on each side, and right above it, we have this hand-hammered commercial vent design. Again, going with the color palette of this kitchen. Now, I just realized I forgot to mention, this is a honed granite countertops. They have it all.
This is the ugliest countertop I have seen for brand new construction.
So here, with crystallized glass backsplash on this side for easier cleaning. And following this kitchen, it leads us to the other side where we have more of these hand-hammered aluminum panels, 2 built-in ovens, warming drawer on the bottom. This is your freezer, fridge, and we have another fridge on this side. And I gotta mention this detail. Right on top, you can actually see the cabinetry curving, which gives it a nice industrial and modern aesthetic.
Why would you want industrial Art Deco next to your Japanese-inspired home? A horrible choice for the kitchen. They should have kept this designer to the tea room. I mean, he just didn't know what to do with the rest of the house.
Aesthetics. So I had to mention that. Right behind me, we have the pantry spaces here, again, clad with the same aluminum panels. Over here, we have an informal dining area with a beautiful table because it sits right in front of this amazing 10 by 10 opening where you see the south exposure views. And over there, we have a suspended bar seating where you can appreciate the views and just enjoy your meal here. Great kitchen. Now, I want to get out of the kitchen and continue our tour. We're in the secondary hallway here with beautiful handmade ceramic tiles. And following this hallway, we actually have 2 powder rooms that I want to cover. The same hallway leads us to the salon that we toured earlier, and this sliding pocket doors opens up to the first powder room. We have a 𝗖𝗍 cypress vanity design here that looks stunning.
That looks like a to-go sushi box, doesn't it?
Has a recessed and sink design with a stainless steel bottom, wall fixtures, 𝗕𝗢𝗃𝗘 tough stone that we're gonna see in other bathrooms in this unit in a bit. Overall, great powder room. I gotta mention, I mean, this vanity setup looks stunning.
Yeah, it's really nice. I love this little wood slats they have covering the drain.
The precision millwork in this apartment is stunning. It really is. Now I want to bring everybody back. This is where we have the second powder room, pretty much the same finishes. And going back, we have the family room on our right hand side, but I got to talk about this statement piece here. We have this large stone placed on the ground, handpicked by Hiroshi himself.
Hiroshi himself has found, he went to the jungle, spent a month in the jungle, looked at a lot of stone, and hand-picked this. He literally picked it up with his hand, put it over his shoulder, and bought it.
And is surrounded with this gravel concrete mix that has been acid washed. And if you follow this acid wash concrete, it also serves as a reveal details on these hallways. I mean, these are details that I've never seen in my life before.
You've never seen a rock in your life before.
And we want to make sure we cover every bit of them, or we're at least going to try. Now, right behind me, we have this sliding pocket door opening us to the family room. Warm soothing tones, light color palette throughout.
I don't know how much money they've paid for these cabinets, but I swear to God, I'll hold your hand, take you to IKEA myself. It doesn't have to be the branch in Tokyo. The one in Bronx or Harlem would do. And I can promise you we can find something very, very similar to everything you see in this room at IKEA.
We have the seating section on this side that looks really comfortable. And on the other side, we have the TV mounted on the wall with built-ins. And talking about built-ins, we have more on the other side of this room. I love these horizontal shelves broken by these vertical steel panels that gives this shelving design a nice industrial look. We have LED lighting down below, and focusing on top, we have this beautiful cove ceiling light detail with the curved ceilings, again, warming up the space. Now, since we are at the south and east corner, again, views are phenomenal. Sorry for mentioning them all the time, but I gotta talk about them. When I'm facing south, you can see both Hudson River and East River and whole city. And over here, since we're facing the east corner, again, East River is down below us. This is phenomenal. This is your...
Okay, let's talk about the fact that it's a penthouse. First of all, what is a penthouse? The definition has kind of changed over the years. Like back in the day, it used to be the top unit would be called a penthouse, and it would take the entire floor, right? Now, kind of it has been modified over the years where if the unit covers the entire space of the whole building, it doesn't have to be the top unit. As long as it takes over the entire floor, it's also a penthouse. Now, there's also another version of penthouse where all the units at the top floor would be called a penthouse, but they don't take the entire space. I mean, I don't care so much for the terms. What matters is that, to me, the best units are the ones that cover the entire floor, because you're going to get every light exposure. You can't even critique it as far as orientation goes, because you get south, east, west, north facing lights. If you don't like the sun in your face, go into the other side of the unit, right? It's just really good. And the fact that you're high up in the air, you're going to get even more light, because in New York, a lot of times on the mid-rises, because there's so many high rises, they block the sun for you. So getting a lot of natural light is a thing in New York, and it's very important. So this unit is probably one of the most lit units in New York that you can find, because it's what, 6th or 7th tallest building in New York.
Family room where you sit down and hang out. Now we're back at the hallway. This door opens up to the laundry room, and continuing our tour, we have this sliding glass door. By the way, let's take a quick look. I love the acrylic panel right in the center and the brass trim detail that we see throughout, that precision cut. And this door opens up to the first bedroom for this apartment. We got beautiful natural light coming in, chestnut hardwood floors, another window opening that is facing the east, bed setup here. Even the bed frames are built out custom for the space. I love the LED lighting right behind it. Beautiful. Now, this sliding door opens up to a Jack and Jill bathroom because this...
Wait a minute. Jack and Jill, $130 million and I get a Jack and Jill? I want Jack and no, another bathroom for Jill. You shouldn't be sharing bathrooms at this price point, at this caliber of price with views like this. Again, a big miss.
This room shares a bathroom with the room next door, but the bathroom itself is super spacious. We have dual vanities set up that are floating. Right on top, we have the floating mirror design, and I love how they left the section kind of recessed in with LED lighting that draws your attention towards the vanity. 𝗕𝗏𝗃 stone throughout, and they care.
Okay, this stone is my favorite thing in this whole unit. I love the stone, and I love the color palette, the way it matches with the wood color and the floors and the white. It's a beautiful, beautiful palette.
Paired up the stone on the walls all the way into the walk-in shower. Let's take a quick look.
Look at the faucets. Look at the shower head. Like, this is not ultra luxury. This is like, you know, a $2 million home would have the same fixtures. They forgot to really spend the money over here, but no, those are too much. We're going minimalistic. You have to get a very, very simple one. We're not allowed to spend money over there, but we'll charge you for it.
Very spacious. We have the chrome fixtures here. Good sized walk-in shower. Right next door, we have the water closet. And I want to bring everybody's attention back to this section. Another beautiful 10 by 10 opening here with a freestanding tub filler. It's hard to not talk about the views in this apartment because every room we go into, this is what you're looking at. I feel like you would never need a TV in this apartment, in this residence, because you just look at the city and enjoy the views. Now, that's it for the bathroom, and I want to take everybody through this opening because this is where we have the second bedroom. Pretty much the same size and same finishes. You have your built-in desk setup here, and right across from that you have your built-in bed setup with LED lighting, open shelving on each side, more built-ins here, another window looking at the east views. Now, we have the walk-in closets on each side. And
wait, first of all, I didn't see a walk-in closet for the other bedroom, and that super small closet for
coming back
$130
to
million.
the hallway, we got one more room to see here, and it starts right here. As soon as you walk in, we have some open shelving here. This is the most spacious out of all the guest bedrooms. We have the bed set up on this side, again, light and bright, built-in desk, and this one is facing north and east views. And you have your money shot right here, which is Central Park. I mean, you can literally see the entire park, lakes within, Upper West Side, Upper East Side. You have the Park Avenue right in front of you.
Okay, the views are ridiculous. I mean, it's so high. Again, we'll talk about if it would have been even better views if you're a lower floor. But I mean, you have literally the whole park in front of you, the whole city beautiful. And obviously the north facing is the best view because you get to see the entire park, and that's the only green space in the city. So it's really beautiful.
These views are breathtaking. These rooms are very spacious. And again, the whole apartment has such a warm and inviting feel to it.
Okay, none of these rooms were spacious, by the way. None of them. Even this is, as they're claiming, the biggest guest bedroom was not spacious.
Now, I want to take everybody back to the small hallway to check out the bathroom for this room. 𝗕𝗏𝗃 stone, again throughout. Freestanding tub filler. You have
I love this stone. Like, I swear to God, if I owned this unit, I would just, the whole time I would spend in this bathtub overlooking the view because I just love the bathroom so much. To me, this color blue, shade of blue, is just so zen with the natural wood. I absolutely adore it. And I think the primary has the best one.
You have a walk-in shower here. Water closet is right behind me and facing the views. This is phenomenal. These bathrooms are so understated. And focusing here, we have the vanity here with some floating shelving, LED lighting, great bathroom. Now, I want to take everybody back. We got one more room to see. And coming back.
Notice all the hallway. Like, it was just not designed right. Honestly, I still haven't figured out the layout of the house. Can you visualize where the room locations are? We've been watching, 20 minutes of video right now? And I still can't. And I'm really good at visualizing space. I can close my eyes and just imagine, but I'm lost. In my head right now, I don't even know where I am. I just don't know what to expect in that room, where it's going to pop out from. And just tells you again, bad layout design. With layout, the more simple it is, the more user-friendly, shall we say, it is.
Back to the hallway. This is where we have the fourth bedroom, very spacious, currently used as a music studio, has a walk-in closet, and around the corner, we have a full bathroom for this room. And going back to the hallway.
So around the corner has a bathroom. Again, it doesn't have a bathroom in its own. Huge miss.
Okay. Mikey, stay right there. I gotta show this detail. We have this sleek door design sealing off the hallway for the primary bedroom. And continuing our tour, we have the primary bedroom right at the end of this hallway. But first, I want to take everybody to the bathrooms. This bedroom comes with a 2-bathroom, and the first one starts right here. It goes straight into the walk-in closet. Or
the primary walk-in closet is smaller than my closet in Venice Beach. $130 million. Do you see what I'm saying? You have to pay for me to take your closet away from you.
Or the dressing room. But first, I want to cover the bathroom. It starts right here. We have this sliding glass doors that pockets into the walls with beautiful brass hardware. And it's on that track system. Once you pull one side or
I like that. I really like that. That's pretty cool.
Close one side, the other side kind of closes or opens as well. It's all clad with brass on the inside, and it takes you straight into the bathroom. Super spacious. Same 𝗕𝗏𝗃 tough stone that we've been seeing throughout. They also used it extensively in this bathroom. We have cypress wood paneling throughout on the walls, as well as the ceiling here with this lattice work. It is dropped down a little bit with subtle LED lighting, which makes the room feel a little bit more warm and inviting. Focusing on this side, we have the cypress vanity design here that I think looks stunning. We have the deep sink here, and you can actually see the stainless steel sink inside with the screen detail, so it looks very minimalist, clean, and elegant. And beautiful Dornbach fixtures throughout. Your mirror design here with LED lighting. And focusing back, we got this open, amazing walk-in shower here. The stone that we saw at the Salon in the planter, 𝗕𝗏𝗄 stone, they have it also here as well as kind of like a back feature, which looks stunning, gives it a nice texture to this walk-in shower. And right above me, we have this massive rain head surrounded by this steel paneling, which channels the rain head, and I'm sure makes showering experience here phenomenal. Now, last thing, with this window opening, we have a nice brass panel right on top, tying in the brass details. And of course, look at these views. I mean, the fact that this is where you take your shower and these are the views that you'll look at. I don't know if there are many units or apartments in New York City that you can say.
It would have been nicer if the shower was on this side where you get the park angle. Over there, when you're under it, you don't really see the park.
Or you can have an experience like this one where Central Park and Upper East Side is your backdrop. This is phenomenal. Now, let's go back to the hallway for the bathrooms. Check out the second one. And this one also starts with the dressing room, just like the other side.
So tiny. Can you imagine why this property is not sold? Like, who would spend $130 million and they can't even fit 1/4 of their wardrobe in their primary house? Huge miss. Just again, getting really excited over a tea room and making a fundamental decision and giving the control to a foreign person who's not familiar with the US culture. Like, if you buy this house, you have to accept minimalism for the rest of your life and you're not allowed to switch back. You buy this house and you say no to capitalism and that's it. You're done. Like, you've made your choice.
Everything is beautifully paneled in. We have a lot of these brass leg and hanger details, as well as the tracks on the back. We have subtle LED lighting also with this curved design, so it kind of softens up the lighting a little bit more. We have the safe here, mirror design behind me. Overall, very exquisitely done walk-in closets or the dressing rooms. Now, I want to take everybody to the bathroom. We have another vanity design here, wood tones, deep sink, just like the other side. We have the mirror right above, and focusing on this side, same old paving stones that we saw at the entry, they brought it also here with these big grout lines, making it feel like you're at a garden. You're in somewhere in Japan. I love the texture here, how this section is a little bit more raised than the rest of the floors in the bathroom. And over here we have this beautiful wooden soaking tub that looks stunning, looks so earthy and just kind of very grounding. and facing the same views.
Okay, this is my favorite bathroom in the world. I think I love this bathroom. There's nothing I don't like about it. I love the, wood tub and the stone, and the views are obviously to die for. By far the coolest bathroom I've ever seen. I have to say, I love it.
Phenomenal bathroom. Right behind me, we have a walk-in shower for this bathroom, rain head above, chrome fixtures, and over here we have the water closet and some open shelving. Now, Mikey, before we leave, I gotta show this detail. Look how beautifully recessed in these outlets are to the stone. I just feel like I keep seeing more details throughout the apartment. Now, I want to take everybody back to the primary bedroom hallway, continue our tour. Of course, we have plaster walls throughout. This is
I'm lost, by the way.
The pocket door I was...
Do you know where you are in the layout? Do you know? We've been watching. Have you figured out the layout yet? I haven't. And I'm really good at this stuff. You spin me around 20 times in any city and be like, point north, I would do it like this. I'm lost. I'm completely lost here.
Mentioning earlier, that opens up straight to the tea room, and this pocket door opens up to the primary bedroom suite. Now, this room is phenomenal. You get north and...
It's not really fun. It's a good size for New York, but the views are amazing, but the room is just, again, that's an IKEA bed, IKEA headboard, IKEA chairs. I'll take you there.
West-facing views. The whole city is down below you. I mean, this is incredible. This is your primary bedroom suite. And looking on this side, we have the west-facing views, Billionaires Row right in front of you. You have all these tall skyscrapers in front.
Now, there's a funny thing, because this has a Park Avenue street address, but it's actually not on Park Avenue. You know, like how developers in LA buy these hillside properties and build mega mansions and make you feel like, oh, it's a great property. This is kind of a trick a New York developer has pulled. They basically had an easement from the street behind Park Avenue that will go to the Park Avenue, but the actual building is not on Park Avenue, but because they have an easement and an entrance from Park Avenue, giving it a Park Avenue address, which is pretty misleading. It's a little like cheating.
Hudson River, and on this side, of course, we have the iconic Central Park view, Upper East Side. It's phenomenal. Now, I want to talk about a couple details in this room. We have the built-in bed setup here, king-size bed, beautiful wood tones, and
Now, if you've ever been to Japan, I've been to Osaka, I'm planning to go to Tokyo. The beds are insane. Like, they've thought everything through. Like, I stayed at this hotel. It had everything built into the bed. It had lights, obviously, charging stations, had an ashtray. It had like bunch radio. Like, it had everything built into it. It was like a machine. The bed was a machine. And like for this one, it doesn't look like, where's the outlets? It doesn't have an ashtray. It doesn't have any of the other stuff that I've seen in Japan that they normally do. It looks, again, super minimalistic because you don't need anything, right?
I love the flooring in this primary bedroom. So this is chestnut flooring with this hand scooped texture, which looks kind of interesting, but when you walk on it barefoot, it's almost like massaging your feet because you have all these textures, which is super.
I would like to experience that. I'm serious. I don't know. Maybe it's good. It seems interesting.
Both panels now, we currently have two of these shades coming down, so you can actually now block off the city view, but yet you can keep the sky all open or natural light coming into your bedroom. By the way, behind these shades, we also have an automatic curtain, so you can fully black out the room if needed. But I wanted to show to everyone how it looks once you have these shades down.
Why would you not want to see the city and only see the sky? You're so far away from the other buildings, no one can see into your unit. It's just so odd. It just seems like an accent Japanese feature just to make it look more Japanese without real utility to it.
Now let's put them back up and continue our tour. This primary bedroom gets 3 window openings. Again, 10 by 10. The whole city is below you. We have more built-ins on this side with a desk setup, acrylic legs, brass open shelving. And the last part of this primary bedroom is this amazing seating area where you sit down and you look at these phenomenal views of Central Park. 432 Park Avenue is an engineering marvel. And one of
Engineering marvel? Are you serious? They have found 1,500 problems in the common areas alone. And when I say them, it's the residents of the building, and they're suing the developer for $250 million. The building looks like a pencil. It was inspired after a paper bin. The elevators get stuck because the building sways so much that the water in the toilet splashes out. Engineering marvel? Are you kidding me?
One of the tallest residential buildings in the Western Hemisphere, located in the heart of what many would say is its greatest city. The view at top 432 Park Avenue is immense.
Okay, let's talk about the views. Look, there are two problems with the views. Obviously, it's very broad. You can see so far out. That's a positive. But a lot of times, you know, in fall, winter, it could get foggy, so you have no view. You're in the clouds, right? That's a negative. And the other element is that you get a little bit too far where everything becomes kind of a picture. It's not so tangible where you can see the people and kind of feel the city. So I think there's a balance with that. With these very, very tall buildings, sometimes it's not the best idea to be the highest floor, where you could be at a lower floor, get less sway movement. I would rather be on a mid-level, like maybe 40, 50th floor than all the way to the top, less movement, a little bit more tangible where you can touch the view and feel it and still be above or at least eye level with like Chrysler Building and other buildings around it. So in this case, it's just more of an ego thing where you have like the highest floor, like I'm on top of you guys, right? Like I'm the alpha in the building, right? So it's more like bragging rights. And I can see that in New York, you know, with all the hedge funds and finance guys, just like owning the top unit would be like, you know, a statement of its own. But in practical sense, I think maybe, you know, 40 to 60 would be a better place to be.
To live here is to truly experience the pinnacle of metropolitan luxury.
So here are the empty spaces where it supposedly allowed the wind to go through. But there's bigger problems. Like because of all the lawsuits that are happening in the building, it has almost become impossible to sell your unit in the building because all these lawsuits and all these disclosures are in the, you know, the HOA docs of the building. And whenever there's a transaction, you have to share those documents, and your lawyers and your real estate agents read them, and the buyer reads them, and they're like, holy crap, there's this many lawsuits going on. There's all these problems. Supposedly there was an electrical explosion in the building. There's just a lot of crazy things going to the building. And this is an important point I want to make. Buying a residential real estate, a building, should be a safe investment, right? When you decide to take a big risk on going and purchasing a building that has never existed, these 2-3 buildings that you see right next to each other, they're literally pushing the envelope to create an engineering situation where you could go thin and up. But if you've taken any physics classes, the higher you go, you got to have a stronger base. And to me, I would never put my money, my family, in a unit that is some somewhat experimental, where they're trying to push the envelope of engineering to create something special. I salute them for trying, but I'm sorry, for me, no, I'm not in it. You guys go try it out. Let's see if it stands 50 years, and I'll tell my grandkids it's okay to live in one of these buildings then. To me, real estate investing, even your primary resident, it's an investment, and it should be a very secure and a safe investment. To me, none of these buildings that you see over here have passed the test of time for me to consider them as even an option.
And that's it for the tour. What an amazing residence located on the 79th floor at 432 Park Avenue. Unit is phenomenal. We're 1,000 feet above the ground, and throughout the day, we saw the incredible views that this property gets.
Now, you reacted to this video of Enes. It's got the most amount of views on my channel. Everyone loves it. Take a look at it and see it for yourself. I'll see you guys in the comments, and thanks for watching.